Can you hear me? What's going on, guys? So we're doing this on a Tuesday because Gary and I are headed to Consensus tomorrow. And so we won't obviously be able to film tomorrow because we'll be in person at the conference in Austin, which we can even discuss that. I mean, I'll tell you guys kind of what I was doing all day yesterday and even what I'm going to be doing today. We could even discuss the usefulness of going to a conference
Ugh,
because
what a discussion that is. I've been trying to figure that one out for like 20 years.
what do you think of conference people? Have you ever noticed this? Have you noticed people who are on the continual conference circuit who do nothing but go to conferences? Do you think those people are actually productive? If you're seeing them at every single conference that you're ever going to?
I don't know about. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are in these markets have a bunch of different roles. I mean, there's people that, all they're looking for is contacts. I mean, I know a guy worth 40 or $50 million on some crypto stuff, and he just literally travels all over the world, going from convention to convention, meeting people, talking to people. It's his life. For me, one year when I was in the doing the fraud business on the credit card side, I think the company went to 87 trade shows in one year. Now that is near impossible. I think I went to 50 of them. But when you're really building a business and you have a product that a lot of different people like, the chargeback business, a lot of players all over the world having these conventions, and Bitcoin's becoming like that because it's global. You can get on this loop where you're just saying yes to all these conventions. They're expensive. If they're not managed well, this will be a problem that we have, the four of us have, camera guys,
Yeah.
you, me, all going to the same place, and then being organized and having these meetings in a very concise, 500, 8,000 people. I mean, I've been to trade shows with 22,000 people. How do you maneuver through that, right? How do you get the meetings? Like right now, I'm in Austin for Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to need a schedule of who we're meeting with pretty tight. Otherwise, we're going to be all over the place.
I actually,
It's hard to determine what the return on investment is on trade shows, though, for me.
so I have two comments. You'll probably agree with the first one. You might disagree with the second one. First one is on the usefulness of conferences in general. Here's what I found out. I was just in New York City for an AI conference, and I was there with my buddy Joseph, who's running a really successful AI startup. And his goal was, I want to meet investors. I want to meet the right kind of people. There were 900 people at this conference. He wasn't a speaker. He wasn't a VIP. He was just an attendee. And so we're going around, we're networking. And he's like, man, I'm really not meeting the right people. And I was like, well, I can tell you why. I found out that the night before there was a giant yacht party, and that's where all the speakers were, the VIPs were. I'm like, Joseph, we're talking to the wrong group of people. We're at the conference you want to be at, but we're not in the right crowd. And that's because you did not want to buy the VIP ticket, or you didn't want to be a speaker.
Yeah.
So really what you're doing is you kind of get FOMO because everyone believes at these conferences, well, if I just meet one more person, that might be the guy that makes it worthwhile. And I found out that just turns out to be a huge waste of time. So in general, I never go to a conference unless I know I can be in that inner circle.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these crypto conferences now, because I've been doing them for so long, the secret is, you get a free ticket. People want you there. You get in all the exclusive events. They almost become like reunions in some way or form, right? Checking in with your buddies who you might only see in person once a year, and there's some usefulness in that. As far as the scheduling goes, and this is where you might disagree with me, I find what I try to do at a conference is I'll set up 1 or 2 meetings a day, and then the rest is on the fly. And that's because
terrible. That's horrible.
So here's my opinion though, because conferences are so fluid and dynamic, it's hard to land people down. Whereas it reminds me of being in the hallways of Tallahassee. So in the hallways of Tallahassee, it's very hard for me to get someone to commit to a 15-minute meeting with a politician.
Yeah.
But when I see a politician in the hallway, hey, Representative Grant. Oh, hey, Sam, sorry, I saw your email. I haven't been able to get to it. Just real quick, what do you think of this bill? And I can make something, and that's literally why it's called lobbying, because you sit in the lobby waiting for the politician to move out. So when you're trying to go to some of these conferences, I find it very hard to land people down at very specific periods, depending on who the individual is. But I know if I can see them, we have a traveling cameraman, sometimes it's actually easier to know, hey, this day, I mean, I'm not saying totally random, you can have an outline. Like, hey, on Wednesday, we want to do an interview. Where are you going to be? Now, within this hour time frame, I want to land 20 minutes with you, right? So I tried to do planned flexibility, still with a plan, but knowing exact times are tough. So you don't like that, though?
I don't like I don't like going to a trade show with 1,000 people and there's 2 meetings a day scheduled, and you're just doing the, catch whoever you can ad hoc. Now, for me, I know an awful lot of people, right? So, like, I rarely buy tickets to trade shows anymore.
Yeah.
And the reason is I'd rather just stay at the hotel or the entrance and meet all the people coming and going. I think when you have a camera, I've never done this before, but I think when you have a camera that people may be more willing to lock in sometimes for a short interview or discussion, since we're in the age of, media. The problem is that unless you have something very specific to talk about, I personally don't use trade shows as a way to do business.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I have no interest in talking to people about a deal. Imagine, you're going to Las Vegas or Austin, and like you're going to talk to 57,000 people, and one guy wants to talk about a deal. I'd rather just fly to Austin and see the guy over dinner and pitch the deal to dinner and not get confused on this being a return on investment. I think a return on investment with a convention is ludicrous. I've never seen anyone actually make the math work. They try to allocate. They spend all their time with HR going, hey, what's the ROI on this trip? The ROI is that if you don't go, nobody's going to know you. And everybody's going to know your competition. So you got to go.
You got to be seen.
You got to be seen, man. You got to be active in the space. And that's all I think you really need to do.
What's the ROI of being seen? How do you measure that?
Well, how do you measure if you'd have never known about me? You wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
What's the ROI on that, dude?
It's infinite, isn't it?
Totally, it's infinite. So I'm going to go to a space where there's centralized activity that I happen to be interested in. My cost is airfare, hotels. I think there's a lot of clever ways to do that.
Yeah.
And if I was an individual looking for a job or looking to improve my job, I'd most certainly go to trade shows like this. But let's we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to do more of these Cardone corners, and one of the things we're going to do, instead of trying to manufacture news, I just thought it would be interesting that Sam and I are right now going through our schedule about how often are we going to do these, and I'm already seeing, Sam, that I'll just show you my challenge here, okay? So for today, I don't know where.
What do we got on your schedule?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. See, because today I've had 3 conflicts already, and I don't know how this is happening to me. But I have a 2 p.m. with on Spaces about the core value of Bitcoin with Alessandra, a whole group of people that are really smart guys at 2 o'clock. But I also have a 2:30 with Bram Cranston, and then I have a 3 p.m. on Bitcoin Mania. I just can't make all these, so I've got to figure out. And we're doing this Cardone corner. So how often are we? One, I've got to get Becca or somebody to help me move one of these. But how often are we going to do these Cardone corners, and what time? See, I'd like to do them every morning, like at 10, 8 o'clock. I'd like to do them Monday through Thursday. Now, the question is, do you guys want this often? 30-minute blip. I think Scott Melker and their team, they do something around 9. Yeah. No sense in trying to compete with anybody. I want people to get more data, not less data.
Well, it also depends on the discussion, because a lot of those people just go over markets.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I do? The first thing that I normally do when I wake up, and I know we have it pulled up here, is I go to this website. Do you ever read Real Clear Politics?
Never.
So this is an amazing website. Real Clear Politics is a aggregator of news for political news. And it's great because it'll have an article that says Trump sucks, and then it'll have an article that says I love Trump. And it'll be over the same issue. And so I go through this, and you can see that they have different, so they have politics, they have policy, they have markets, world. So this is what I use to stay up to date on all the recent issues. And during an election year, they'll actually have multiple publications a day. They'll have like Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. And you can even see it also gives you a good read on, so what is going on, right? A chat with Libertarian candidate Chase Oliver. That's a big deal right now because the dude's a communist.
Oh, yeah.
The Libertarians, in their infinite wisdom, decided that the Libertarian Party nominee is going to be a guy who is pro-vaccine, pro-shutdown, and he's essentially a communist. That's who the Libertarian Party elected, as opposed to an actual Libertarian or Trump or RFK Jr. So that's a big topic right now.
See, like 90% of the stuff I've never studied any of this. It's never impacted my business. I mean, I look at this and go, what good would any of this be? Zombie Trump effect, decoding the polls. It's bullshit, dude. Like, it's just noise, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's not valuable, but
it depends on what you're looking at, right? Like, for me, correct, a lot of this is noise, but there will always be nuggets. Like, do you remember that article I sent you on Susie Wiles?
No.
I don't think you ever read it. Greg read it. So Susie Wiles is one of the most important people in the Trump campaign. And it was a whole story about how she came to her rise to power. Stuff like that fascinates me because it tells me, it's essentially a biography on a person.
Yeah.
It shows me the trajectory people can take. She started in Jacksonville, working on mayor's campaigns.
What got her big?
What got her big is when she worked on DeSantis's campaign, won DeSantis's campaign, won Trump's campaign here in Florida. But then what happened was, when she won DeSantis' campaign, there was a power struggle within his cabinet, and DeSantis kicked her out and blacklisted her, and essentially then told Trump, hey, Trump, do not work with this woman. So then Trump blacklisted her. So imagine you have 30 years of a political career, which your network, in politics, your network is everything. It's all that you have. Just for the two most powerful people in America at the time, DeSantis and Trump, to say, you're no more. But then what happens is DeSantis decides, well, I'm going to run for president. And Trump goes, you know what? I need to win Florida. So he brings Susie Wiles back on his campaign. She helps win him Florida in 2020. And then he decides, you know what? Help me take out DeSantis. And she had worked for DeSantis. She had worked for Trump, so she knew exactly what to do.
Right.
And she's one of the reasons why Trump did so well in the primary against DeSantis. And now she is one of his right-hand women, right? Like, she is top dog.
How old is she?
Susie Wiles is anywhere from 55 to 65. She's an older lady, and maybe I can even pull up the article.
It's so interesting. I mean, I love having you in my universe, but I have so little interest in politics. Like, it just all seems so.
67. See, this was the article.
It all just seems so blowjobby. You know, like everybody's.
Well, tell me what you mean by that. Tell me what
I got, before you guys jump into that, I got some good news. We just got our first ever super chat.
Yo, who gave us the super
What's
chat?
a super chat?
It means they gave us money.
I don't even know what a super chat is.
Gorilla Time just gave us $2.50 for being awesome.
My man.
Gorilla Time.
In euros. In euros.
And
in
what?
euros. Oh, that's euros. So
euros. Bring it, baby. Some real money.
2.5 euros is what he gave us.
Nice, my man. That's $4, dude. 1.3. Yeah.
Really?
Hey, well done, my man. Thank you, dude. Is that our first super chat?
Yeah, first ever.
Yo. I'm going to send you a book that a man gave me yesterday about alpha males, okay? I'm going to send you a book. Send me your address or your P.O. box in Germany or wherever you are, bro. We'll
yeah, Gorilla Time, you are the man.
We'll send you a book, man.
Let's make sure to see.
Wasn't written by me, but I'll sign it anyway.
Gorilla Time, and find us on Twitter and DM us on Twitter.
See, this would be a good show to have one day. Is, hey, what do you guys want? Like, see, let's.
But the audience, does the audience always know what they want?
They don't. But what I'm really good at is like talking to 1,000 people and then discerning what the overall message really is. Sometimes I do agree with you. Like, if I take my kids to 33 flavor ice cream, and they've never been to 33 flavor ice cream. Hey, girls, what do you guys want before they go into the store? How could they know? How could they know what they want if they have never been to an ice cream parlor that does 33 different flavors?
Yeah.
You only know till you realize what the choices are. So I'm not going to be talking about sports ever. It's not my deal.
Yeah.
I don't go to game. I'm not going to be talking about agricultural prices or real estate either. Like, I'm not going to be a real estate guy. You can go to my brother's deal for that. But I can talk about finance and things that impact finance, Bitcoin, war, politics, rules, laws, lobbyists, how to entrepreneurship, those kind of things. So I would really actually like from the audience, hey, what's your pain point, you know? And it may be simply like, hey, listen, I have I hired a team of people for my job, my business. I have an idea, Alpha A. I hired 3 people, and none of them working, man. Or, hey, Alpha A's business blew up from $2 to $2 million, and now all of a sudden I'm finding I can't hire the same people I used to hire. Like, these are extremely significant challenges running businesses, man. It's the human element of this that is usually the downfall of most people. They don't invest in the right people, and they don't put the right discipline in place for those people. This is what I'm trying to do with this, right? We were a little late this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is what I'm doing. Like, I've never had the opportunity to build a business and actually go through the exercise transparently. You know, you do these reality TV shows where people are like having relationships, you know, on screen. I think it's a really cool idea for people to see. In fact, I'd like to know from you guys, hey, would you like to see some of our struggles as we're building something? Because we don't really know what we're building either. We're kind of like,
we have somewhat of an idea,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not solidified.
we know the general trajectory of where we're headed. Like, you know, if indeed we went to the moon in 1962, 64, if indeed we went to the moon, the computer program in that space capsule was less than what we have here.
Yeah.
And assuming the story was true, it makes sense to me. They were off track on the moon. They were constantly reconfiguring, you know, the direction. They were constantly pivoting. Like, I know venture capitalists go, don't ever use the word pivot. Oh, I had to pivot. I have made all my fucking money on pivots, dude. All the money I have ever made in my entire life, my entire career, they have all been centered around a pivot. Literally, I knew I was going there, but I need to move just 2 degrees left.
Yeah.
Right? Or here I am with Natural Gas Clearinghouse. I'm 4 years into it, 600 people. I need to leave. Okay, like, I'm a cat daddy there. I need to leave. This is a pivot. Then I went to England. That was a really, really important piece for me. Venture capitalists and PE guys that say, hey, they don't like people that talk about the pivot because it introduces a change. We're making a change. We weren't right the first time. I think that's what they hear. We're changing direction. No, I'm altering my direction to be more on target, more focused on the central target. And I think that the target becomes better and better defined as you're in the market longer and longer, right? So that's why I'm trying to do this. Like, for instance, I know that I like doing this video stuff, but if I'm with someone, and I was watching one of them last night, I'm like, Gary, you look a lot more comfortable, you know, just being critical of the presentation or the audio or the video, whatever. You look more comfortable than I feel, right? But when I'm with someone, it's easier for me to have this exchange because it's natural for me to just have, like, we met Nick
Adams.
Yeah, and like just meeting Nick on screen, like from get-go, and not having any, just showing people, hey, this is the way you meet people. Hey, shake your hand. How you doing? I can't wait to meet somebody that we don't like.
We haven't yet, I guess, huh?
Well, I like a lot of people. I'm very, 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 very
you
tolerant
can disagree
of
with
a lot of
and
people.
Still like.
I can disagree with people quite well and not dislike them as human beings. I don't need to make anyone wrong, including my staff, dude. Like, people that work with me. Like, I don't, like, okay, hey, I disagree with you, but it doesn't mean that you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It just means that, it's not the way I'm going to spend my money. Anyway, back to this schedule. Like, why don't we shoot for Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, and the audience will tell us. We'll do 30-minute segments. If we get carried away and it gets really good, we'll extend it to an hour, and we just do it 10 to.
Well, I know it'll be an hour. So we should just plan on an hour,
Okay.
like 10 to 11.
Okay, 10 to 11. That's good with me. So we'll just tell Becca don't organize, and then we'll just do these. And if it gets boring and you guys don't like them and we don't have enough content, then we'll shoot it in the head.
Which
The other thing, would you do me a favor? Mirror that. Remember that comment I made to you about mirroring? Yeah. Can you mirror the screen now? I noticed it last night. I don't know if
It should be.
it's not. No,
What do you mean?
I can see it. I'll show you. I have a gap in my teeth. And,
Where?
And you see that? It looks like a
No.
It looks like a black hole. Anyway, it's just a gap. It's the way the teeth come together. And the way we mirror these, if you just mirror it the other way, it doesn't show it. So
Interesting.
yeah, but see, these are the kind of things that bug me. Okay, like I look at it and go, "Oh my, I look so old. I look horrible." And then people in the audience start.
Whoa, and now you're upside down because
That's what I felt like once when I did 4 grams of mushrooms.
4 grams?
I think that's upside down, mate.
That's because we like messing with gravity here. No one knows what's going on at this house.
There we go. Anyway, so Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And here would be something interesting, a conversation. Really, when Gary's busy, I can do this on my own. And when Sam's busy, Gary can do this on my own, even though I know you like a person. But the point being, we can have a schedule, and the assumption is we'll both always be here, but there will be imperfections.
Yeah.
And so when those imperfections, it's about consistency. Well, someone's going to be here. And I see people do that. I see people do that all the time with shows. And I'm not saying that as an out. My main goal is no matter what, no matter who's here, the show can go on.
Yeah. But like tomorrow when we're flying to Austin, I don't see any reason why we can't do a 20-minute. Hey, man, we're in Austin. This is happening, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Is that a problem? Or is it a big pain in the ass to be able to set up?
Well, it's the quality issue that we always discuss. Do you know we can co-live?
Dude, people don't care, dude.
I know. Do you know we can co-live from our phone on YouTube?
Yeah.
We can co-live from our phone on YouTube. I used to do that with my buddy Josh.
Yeah, somebody just got to show me how to do it. Set it up, and you can see I'm good at it as soon as I just set it up.
Yeah.
And then I'll show up. If somebody would have set up the live and you're not here, I'll walk in here. I mean, I'm going to start, right? I don't know why that's so weird though. I'm so much better with another human being than just by myself. You know what I think it is? I think it's it's an ego thing. Actually, it's hey, what am I doing in front of a camera all by myself?
Is that like imposter syndrome?
I think
you feel like you're not.
I think it could be some imposter syndrome. Like, hey, who the fuck do I think I am sitting in front of a camera? But when we're having a conversation, it's like, hey, we're just having a conversation.
Well, I was talking to somebody about Rush Limbaugh, and someone had some close experiences with Rush Limbaugh, and he's like, you have to be, and it's true, you have to be a very certain type of personality to be able to rant into a microphone for 3 to 5 hours a day, and that's it. Rush Limbaugh, for example, didn't need anyone in the room because he can just talk to himself.
Yeah.
Alex Jones and those people who do it, that is a special type of person.
I think they believe that their message is important, right?
And it could just be over time. They've done it for so long that they've developed that skill.
Yeah.
To where they can just talk forever.
Yeah. It's just amazing to me how somebody can wake up one morning and go, people need to listen to me.
Yeah.
Even the writing of the books, like, really. So maybe
But that's going to happen because then you're going to notice people are going to be like, Gary, where are you?
Yeah.
And then you're going to, as you become attached to an audience, your audience it does become an expectation. That's why they're like, be careful, wishing for fame and stuff. But it is true. Like, as you become more well-known, there's an expectation and people get attached, which is a good thing, right? But
well, what's going on today that we should be? We're planning for. So we made a decision on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday. We do not necessarily have titles to these. We're just
go
winging
live.
it. We're just winging it.
Which I know Ryan's hearing that like, ooh, So Ryan, you're going to have to be here Monday through Thursday.
Ryan's really excited. Then
In 5 minutes, we've increased your workload.
So what are we doing tomorrow? We're flying to Austin. I'm leaving around 7:00.
I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm going to
Y'all are
Orlando
coming with
tonight.
me, right? Ryan and Greg are coming with me, and then
Which, Ryan, take note. I want you. He's probably leaving Thursday morning. Thursday night. The John Deaton interview that we have is Friday, and so I'm going to need you there for the John Deaton interview. So. Yeah, we just figured out the scheduling today. So we will figure it out. We'll do whatever we need to do. The alternative is we'll teach Greg how to use the camera and mic if we can't pull something off. But yeah, we're going to go to consensus. Greg sent me a list of like 5 people that we're going to have you talk to. Once again, no specific times, though, just a specific day.
Okay.
There's some pretty cool events. I mean, the event that I'm looking forward to the most is the Blockchain Association has an after party at 9:45 on Wednesday.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So the 2 big events politically, a consensus, are the Coin Center dinner, which is like some hoity-toity libertarians doing their thing.
I won't go to that.
And then, correct. And then it's the Blockchain Association's after party, and that's where all the politicos are. And so for me, traditionally, that's always been an event where I can, meet our buddy Dan, who's been on our spaces, who I really like a lot. Meet his boss, Kristen Smith, head of the Blockchain Association. There's always politicians there. There's always the people who are involved in the lobbying process. So for me, it's always been a big event. Great way to just say hi to all my friends and say, hey. Let's see. I'm going to read some of the comments here, just see what you guys are talking to.
While you're looking that up, did you see the...
Are we live on
wow!
Twitter?
We finally popped it all together, man. I like that.
Being live on Twitter,
Ryan. Good job, dude.
I think is really exciting because we should go live on Twitter. The Twitter people love us more than anybody else.
I did a survey last night. I don't know if you saw this. I'm going to bounce around here, but you saw that. I think it's Riot trying to do a hostile
merger. Was it hostile?
Oh no, it's total hostile.
What makes you say? So I saw your tweet. I just
said this earlier yesterday. Okay, let me just educate you on something.
Yeah, hit me.
When you hear the word merger, there is no such thing as a merger of equals. Okay, you brought up the
companies in the chateau,
telecom, the French telecom deal, which I was in Europe when they were doing that. You brought back a lot of memories last night when you brought that up.
Oh, true.
There is no such thing as a merger of equals. Okay, it's a fucking takeover. So they bought 9.25% of their stock. They made a small little premium offer for Bitwise, Bitfarms. I think we'll see more of this. That's why you're seeing Bitcoin's down and the miners are running because people are like, oh wow, it's going to be miner merger, right? Miner merger mania.
Which has always been a fear, by the way, within certain parts of the Bitcoin community. And I've said this a long time ago. Miners are like utilities. The economic incentives are for consolidation.
Correct.
So one day we will have...
There's a reason that...
We will have an oligopoly.
Big oil.
Correct. And we kind of already have an oligopoly of miners, which means, what do the miners do when the largest miners are just 3 big corporations, all with the majority of the shareholders owned by like the BlackRocks and Fidelities? That'll freak a lot of Bitcoiners out.
Yeah, but before you say that, though, like maybe do some research on, is that true? Because we have a global mining market. Just because we have like 8 guys in mining in the United States and they've been able to go public, they could all go away, dude. We're still going to be mining Bitcoin.
That is true. But, I mean, if you were to compare it to oil, again, like I remember when we were doing a bunch of fracking and the fracking prices or the oil prices went down, frackers weren't profitable. A lot of them were going bankrupt. Saudi Aramco came in and started buying some of these companies. Right, so then it turns into, instead of just American Bitcoin miners, we might have international corporations that are, one united miners. You know what I mean? That owns mining in China, Singapore. Wouldn't that naturally happen if we compare it to oil?
Well,
unless nation states say, hey, this is national priority, and these are now American-only miners, which could happen too if it's viewed as oil.
Well, I think you're gonna have the ugliest, worst fossil fuel on the planet that's actually not being utilized today is going to be the Bitcoin miner of the future. I'm not a big believer that if you're going to have to go out and negotiate for your purchase power agreement, you're going to survive. The other thing I'm hearing these miners talk about is, hey, we're energy traders. Dude, that's the last thing I want to hear you saying.
Why? What is?
Because you're either an engineering company that knows how to buy equipment and you have good capital costs, but when you introduce trading the most violent commodity on the planet, electricity, dude, I know more people that have gone bankrupt on electricity than I on Bitcoin.
Do they say that because of
They say it because it sounds sexy, but to the sophisticated player, like, I don't need you trading fucking electricity. First off, if you're trading nat gas and electricity, I don't think you really are. So these CEOs going, well, we have a trading operation in mining. It's like, okay, well, who's running that? Because that guy's not a miner. He's an electricity trader. Okay, he's probably making $500,000 a year and a couple $1 million in stock options and bonuses. He's used to swinging a lot of weight around, not 2 megawatts. And it's very different if, let's say, here's a miner and he's in the middle of Texas, which makes very little sense to me, but he's in the middle of Texas. It gets really, really hot, 99 degrees, and the utility wants to grab that 1 or 2 megawatts that's mining Bitcoin so that it can serve the HVAC load, the AC load in Texas. They're calling that. You're not trading it, dude. You've basically sold your rights to the utility in the future that if they ever need your power, they come grab it and they give it to you at a pre-described price. That's not trading. That's just making a little bit more money than you would have made on Bitcoin. Trading would be, I'm sitting here mining, I'm completely naked, I'm buying a megawatt of power, right? Power prices go from 200 to 20,000. I turn off my mining and I sell into the power market. And I take all the credit risk, and I take the counterparty risk, and I take the hourly risk, right? I don't think ExxonMobil has a hard time trading this stuff. So I just think
it's really not trading.
I don't think it's trading. Not trading the way I trade, which is you're looking at this thing every moment, every day, every minute, and you have the ability to switch on and off. And by the way, it's not their core business. Okay, their core business is to buy equipment and generate Bitcoin, right? Make sure those facilities are up, not up and down. Or, hey, look, we're trading. These boards, you know how many companies went bankrupt doing this? Trading power? Like, it's a very, very...
Why would they go bankrupt? What was the common example?
It's violent, man. Like there's no way to really hedge against power prices when you have. Just to give you a sense of how significant this the load factors are. Okay, in power, in the United Kingdom, there's 72 million families. During a soccer match, at halftime, the power stations will actually, within seconds, have a demand spike at halftime. Now, who would have thought? At halftime, you need 400 to 800 megawatts of coal-fired power stations to turn on immediately. Why? Because everybody went to their kitchen and turned on their tea kettle all at the same time. 2 400-megawatt power stations have to ramp up very, very quickly. Almost like it's called dark spark or dark energy, where like there's no energy required to start it. You just hit it. This is the value of the mining, is that it's literally dark start, right? It's like, bang, I'm immediately back in the market. Basically, they've just switched. They've turned off mining, and they're pushing it into the power grid. If power prices spike to $1,700 at that point, the miner he's not selling it at $1,700. The utility just called it. Okay? It's part of the deal. The utility says, I have a right to call that power, and I'll pay you a premium when I call it. But it's not a guarantee. It's not like you're sitting there making a premium just waiting. It's literally just an arbitrage back into the system. It's not trading. So I get really nervous. Now, a friend of mine, Todd Essie, hey Todd, he's in Connecticut, I think he's probably worked for almost every trading house in the United States now. But Todd's mining business was built around trading. See, most of these guys are building mining centers around Bitcoin and mining. Whereas this guy's like, hey, I'm a trader. I'm going to use the mining as a way to exploit the volatility in the power system and nat gas systems. So now I would be more comfortable with him doing it, right? Because he is an expert trader, and he's using mining as a way to arbitrage the power markets or the gas markets. It's just a very different business, man.
You know what scares me, and scare is probably not the right word, but I think about this all the time. It fascinates me that I can just go to my sink and turn the water on. And that sounds so dumb, but I think about electricity. I flip a switch. So like when those people turn on the tea kettles and there's load bearing and stuff and you have to increase the amount of power consumed, I always think about, like, every time a new development's built, how do we up capacity for water? How do we up capacity for electricity? Are we actively building larger power plants, or do we just run them more? Like, those basic utility markets I just find fascinating, because if the utilities go, society's over. And yet, me as a regular person really doesn't understand that market, right? I don't know how many people understand that market. So it's interesting, just in an esoteric sense, I guess, thinking about how you trade in nat gas, because that is one of those foundations actually to society that people don't think about.
Oh, it's huge.
That if that market is not efficient, that is the number one thing you will notice when you're talking about societal collapse. If you can't figure out energy, like, can a power plant literally instantly just turn on and just start pumping out power when it's needed?
No.
So it has to already be going.
Yeah, it has to warm up.
So where's that power? How do they know? Does the demand happen first? So tea time happens first, and then the next day they're like, "Hey guys, we know."
There's no next day, dude. So it's minutes.
So how does that?
It's AC load. It's power loads. Like you can't. I mean,
because that's how you get brownouts.
Here's another one. Okay, all you greenies, I'm gonna really irritate you greenies. I'm gonna ruin your day. By the way, are we live? Because I can't see.
We're live, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. Well, I don't know where to go to see.
Which, by the way, we got another super chat. Someone gave us $5.
Oh, dude, we've never taken money.
Griff.
I am so freaked out about how to monetize this, guys.
Griff said hello from Southwest Florida.
Thank you, man.
So Griff said hello from Southwest Florida. Loved the interview with Trey Sellers. When is the next time y'all hosting another event? We love the events down there. So he's talking about Bitcoin Day Naples.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to talk to my guy, John. John's the one who put Bitcoin Day Naples on.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank you for the super chats. It's really helping me because I do not want advertisers. Okay, my team has been trying to figure out, how we get promoters. I mean, this is starting to get fairly expensive. I think it's going to cost me about, what do we figure out this? About $750,000 a year just to run as a baseline, to hire these guys, keep them fed, make sure they're focused on me, not other people, travel, gear. So I've been really kind of, okay, how do I do this? And I really, I have this real penchant for not being controlled by anyone. I just have zero interest from someone saying, now, Gary, you're representing plastic cups today. First off, I'm not even sure I'd want to represent this because I think it's probably bad. But also, okay, are they going to tell me I can't have glass in my video? Like, I was on Kitco one day, and they were like, hey, dude, you got to remove the liquid death. I'm like, I'm not moving fucking liquid death. It's not your show, dude. It's my show. Anyway, if you guys, I would love to hear the audience no longer wants to be abused. If I could get, a number of people a large number of people, a big demographic where we could really educate people, and they pay $1 to $8 a month, dude, that's a business, right? It's a really good business. I could have everybody and their brother and never have a problem of a shill, never have represent XYZ ETF, and
Caveat being unless it's someone we really like, right?
Well, no, if I
That we
do
want to
business
shill
with them,
naturally, yeah.
like I do business with I Trust Capital, they carry my IRA. I would do a promotion with them, but I don't want to. Well, now I'm on I Trust Capital, and they're the greatest company in the world, and I really like their board, and I feel massively protected. The truth is, I'm so glad to hold Bitcoin in an IRA, and that's who I'm doing it with. I'm not saying anything other than, hey, I think they're a good company. I have some money with them.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to be able to say. Like, I wear these jeans. They're nice, but it doesn't mean I won't ever wear any other jeans.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to become a prostitute, dude. I don't. I just don't want to be the old prostitute. So anyway, love the $2, $3, $4 things. It really, that scenario allows me to like do things on weekends where you could do education programs, and maybe it's not on Bitcoin, maybe it's on entrepreneurship, and people say, hey, I'd love to pay for a 4-hour session on. Can you imagine the future, dude? You're not having to go to school. See, I think education, this is why I'm so big on this YouTube and Twitter thing, because I think people are going to come to my school that's in a virtual universe and maybe even a literal universe, a reality universe, and they're going to pay really small amounts of money for unbelievable value. I mean, when I say small amounts of money, what's the average cost to go to high school or college? Right?
The average cost of college,
Yeah.
a semester, I think it's anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000.
Yeah. So I mean,
Semester.
what if you could buy 20 hours a week of information from 3 different educators?
Check that out.
6 out-of-state tuition, 21 grand. See, those are the real numbers, okay? The numbers on the right, that's the real numbers. 21 grand. So if you could spend 2 hours a chat, 20 hours of chat, I mean, you're going to be able to do microtransactions. That's my point. And by the way, all these costs, the private 4-year, the 50 grand, I mean, there's no guarantees on that. It's no specialty.
No.
Okay, it's just general bullshit.
And this is just, so when they do these, like you can look tuition, room and board, these estimates are all on the lower end, I can promise you that. Because 50% of student loan debt, by the way, did you know is actually just living cost?
Yeah.
It comes from rent,
Yeah.
right? Not even the tuition itself. Private 4-year, 50,000, yeah. I know people who spent that in 2 years.
Oh, dude, I spend that for both my kids, okay? Just in private high school.
And that's high school. Both your kids. So
I spend 52 grand a year for shit education.
Which, speaking of energy, by the way, I go through this too. You probably still, I don't know if you'd find any of this interesting.
Hey,
but
are we bouncing around enough for you guys? This is the way we do it, dude. I bounce around so much, it's crazy.
But this is, because I always like to check the energy policy. Because just from the policy perspective, and we were talking about inflation and supply chain before and stuff, and so I've read reports on just how gas prices and oil prices are correlated with certain things like inflation, how supply chains affect that. I'm always fascinated by like what Canada's doing, since they have such huge, what's the word, fossil fuel deposits, but yet they don't want to use any of it, like those oil sands.
Yeah.
Do any of these catch your eye?
Not really. I mean, none of this is really new to me. I mean, LNG is a big deal. Look, we're drill economy, okay? Trump's coming in, we're going to drill. And anybody that ever got worried about COVID, what did you learn in COVID? Okay, our supply chains from Asia and every other place can be highly disrupted. Congresswoman Anna was in here the other day. She was talking about silicone chips. She's talking about China and TikTok. You know, if China doesn't allow us to do business there, I don't know why we would allow them or anyone else to do business here. Period. There's no TikTok. He's like, fuck you, dude. Either I get to go and play in your sandbox and you get to come play in my sandbox under the same rules, Or if I'm Trump, there'll be a tax of 1,000%. Thank you very much on your cars. I wouldn't think twice about it, dude. Now, that's not an embargo.
No.
That's not a sanction. That's, hey.
It's technically fair trade, actually.
Fair trade, dude. We're going to treat you the same way you treat us, okay? We can either get in and it's open access or it's not open access.
I couldn't stand, I was arguing with somebody because a long time ago, we're talking like 2017, talking about how they didn't like how Trump was putting tariffs on China. And because it was anti-free trade, anti-free market. I'm like, he's actually balancing the trade because they have tariffs on our stuff. They have rules and laws and regulations. So all we're doing is saying, okay, we're going to treat you like you're treating us.
Yeah.
Can't stand those arguments. I got a quick story for you, by the way, on the China stuff.
Is it a fun story?
It's scary a little bit.
Go ahead, man.
I was just talking to a military buddy a long time ago, and they were talking about how on their military base they had a microwave, but across from the military base was a Walmart. So China was the manufacturer of those microwaves. They knew that one day that microwave in that military base would go bad. So for this specific Walmart and those microwaves, they started putting chips to be able to gather and steal data from any Wi-Fi signal, knowing that one day, could be a year from now, could be 5 years from now, that microwave would go bad. And the reason they can even tell this story is because guess what? It did go bad. And they started getting weird signals saying, okay, there's a signal in here. We don't know where it's coming from, but, you know, something's off here. Someone's getting information they shouldn't be getting. It was in the fucking microwave. That's how smart they are. When you control... I was listening to Bob Lighthizer when we were at Mar-a-Lago, and he was Trump's trade ambassador. And he was giving all these economic reasons. And I was like, screw the economic reasons. Why do we even need to convince people for economic reasons when it's national security? Why do you want
totally, dude.
one country making all your stuff?
Well, like that's like me saying...
No brainer.
Oh, my God. It's like saying, okay, look, I'm going to go do business with the biggest criminal on the planet because it's at a discount.
Because it's at a discount.
Like,
right.
Seriously,
an artificial discount,
what
too.
What are you fucking talking about? Like, I'll take us building everything here. Like, when I grew up, it was all, hey, it's American-made, dude. Like, you started buying Chinese cars, people were like, whoa. We'd see you on the road and be like, hey, let me go get my gun because I need to shoot a hole in your tire because you're a foreigner. Like, it was almost evil, you know. And now it's become very accepted to buy everything from overseas. The problem is I'm not sure that I have any clothes on me. Like, my underwear made here.
Yeah. Well, now it's all made. Now it's switching. It's all Vietnam and Thailand because now China's even too expensive for manufacturing.
Yeah. But see, AI, okay, my view is AI levels the freaking playing field. This is going to be very rough for third world nations.
Yeah.
Third world nations who have had slave labor and been able to have all these T-shirt factories and silicone factories, and Apple's been able to benefit. I don't think this is going to continue because AI shouldn't care where the geography is or
think
the
about
people are. Right? The people.
Why do we need call centers?
The people. Oh, totally.
Call centers are going to be a thing of the past.
For sure.
AI can call you.
Yeah.
AI already does call me. I get robot calls all the time.
Yeah.
I don't need a call center anymore.
Yeah, but you think about the call centers, one application, but think about all the automobiles that are being made, the T-shirts that are being made, all of this production being made, even in the Thailands and the Taiwan and the Vietnam. The arbitrage advantage for those low-income humans is going to get supplanted by a computer. So I don't know why America, for instance, dude, I actually believe that you could have, maybe this is our last human president.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I think there's certain things that...
Could be better.
No, I think it would be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think...
Wouldn't have any of the issues. What if you had an AI that, hey, let's do the best thing for America? That is its core principle. Okay, that is the one, I don't lie, do what's best for America.
Yeah.
We have a lot of human intervention here. Clearly, everything we're arguing about on politics is all about humans.
But what we're noticing with even like ChatGPT is the inputs, and the inputs are human. So why is ChatGPT so controversial around certain topics? I can say, ChatGPT, tell me about person A. ChatGPT, tell me about person B. whoever's inputting the information in the AI,
Yeah.
which we think is us and kind of is us, but it's still gone through a filter of what is. So then the question is, who's running the AI?
Yeah.
And it'll still be humans.
That's right.
Until, they say
Until AI's running.
AI perfects itself, and then we need a solar flare to save us. Damn it, I had a point. What were we talking about? AI, call centers, robocall. Oh, I was going through a Wendy's, and the Wendy's teller was an AI. That happened to me 2 weeks ago. Like when I was ordering at a drive-thru at a Wendy's, it was an AI, and I was talking to it. And it was like putting what I was saying, but the human was behind it because the AI wasn't very good, so it was actually kind of messing up my order. And so I drove to the window and I was like, "What do you guys think of that thing?" And the guy said, "Oh, we hate it. We hate it."
Yeah.
But one day,
I hate it.
are we going to be talking to a human?
Dude, based on the experiences I've had at the last Popeyes fried chicken, which
You went to a Popeyes?
I love Popeyes, man.
No way. Do you really?
I used to love Popeyes. Now, I refuse to go there. I refuse. The work staff
I've gone to
are
Popeyes once.
so
my whole life.
rude, dude.
Yeah?
Okay, I mean, but it's every fast store. It's every fast. It's
Gary Cardone, a Popeyes fan. I didn't know you were a Popeyes
yeah.
guy.
Well, I like really spicy food. So hey, check this out. Chamath, the guy that the rich billionaire venture capital guy that supposedly helped start Facebook. He's saying the anti-crypto army is dead in America. You know why,
well,
Sam?
Selkis is saying that.
You know why? Because the crypto army is expanding, dude. We are a freaking force to be reckoned with. I think people are really underestimating how passionate the crypto world is and the band of age that it includes. It includes I would say actually crypto includes a broader band of highly passionate people as far as age and demographics than any other topic. Any other topic.
Like political topic?
Any other topic, dude. The span of age of those people that are really passionate. Find me more passionate. Maybe COVID, but there's so much mutation on the whole COVID thing, muting of a voice. Crypto community has, I think of people like Lawrence Leopard that are near my age, and then I think of guys like you and Ryan, young, in your 20s. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's a big bracket. I don't see any of those guys hanging out between 27 and 60 at COVID Fest or what other fest? No, dude, or a mushroom fest or any fest, a rock and roll fest. There are no Bitcoin, big O demographic, man, and extremely passionate.
Yeah.
I think people really, really underestimating the significance of this movement. In particular, and we're down on price today, which is kind of surprising to me. In particular, that we're getting ready to have every senator, congressman, mayor, and governor owning Bitcoin because of the ETF movement.
It was Wisconsin that got into the pension fund?
Yeah. First state to put $99 million on into Bitcoin. And, I don't know if you're hearing this, but more and more leakage. There's another company just bought $40 million, put it on its treasury out in Cali, following the Mike Saylor.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. This is happening now, okay? $40 million. They're like, hey, we've been watching this now for 8, 9, 12 years, and we're putting Bitcoin on our balance sheet. Can't remember the name of the company. There's just so much news to keep up with. There you go.
Well, I'm seeing what CoinDesk is saying.
Riot plans hostile takeover on Bitfarms. There you go. There's your. And then there you go. Medical device maker similar scientific stocks rises, putting $40 million of Bitcoin.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. See, not even a financial player did. Medical device player.
What is their Bitcoin treasury strategy? 581 Bitcoin for its treasury, sending its stock price higher. The sub 200 million.
Sending it higher by a quarter, dude. That's a monster move. I mean, what does that say? Okay.
Who's the founder? According to the press release, similar purchase 581, an average price of 68,000 per token. Bitcoin is now a major asset class with more than 1 trillion of market value, said company chairman Eric Semler. We believe it has unique characteristics as a scarce, finite asset. We also believe its digital architectural resilience makes it preferable to gold, which has a market value of approximately 10 times that of Bitcoin. Interesting.
Hey,
Chairman Eric Semler.
and guys, they bought it at 68,000 average. Okay, they're not even worried about the price. Okay, they're not trying to buy the lows. They're going in there and smashing a buy, and that won't be their only buy. But their stock increased 25%. I think that's amazing, man.
Eric Semler, I wonder where he's based. And I wonder if he's actually I wonder if he's on Twitter. See, that'd be such a cool guy to have on our show.
Yeah. Let's invite him. Let's find out what his deal. I think he met with Saylor and did the whole deal.
Oh, did he? And Saylor essentially sold him.
Yeah. And now what I think is really interesting, if you go back to that mining deal, and then
Up here.
Yeah, go that Riot plans hostile bid. Now I don't know what bit. Somebody pitched Bitfarms to me the other day, trying to get me to buy into it.
If the proposal comes to fruition, the company entity would be the world's largest Bitcoin miner. Bitfarms shares were up nearly 6% following Riot's announcement. I hate these fucking ads.
See, the stock was trading yesterday at around $2, so they've offered a 15% premium. I think we'll see more of this, man. I think we. Now let's see if Monster takes a move on it. Not Monster, Marathon. Let's see if Marathon, because their balance sheet's a bit more, a bit better than this guy's. The Castle Rock, Colorado-based miner proposed to buy all the outstanding shares for $2.30. Stock yesterday was around $2, representing a 24% premium to their 1 month average weighted price, which is the way they mostly do this. They pick up a monthly average price and they give the shareholders a premium over it. Shares are up to $2.19 today in a down market. So, interesting. I think
We just got a $200 donation
What?
from Griff.
Wow, thanks, Griff. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. That's gonna
Griff,
pay
holy cow.
That's gonna pay for.
Yo, he's talking about the place that he said have some Mazzaros. That's the Italian place that I told you about a while ago. That's like really good here, Sicilian food in St.
yeah.
Pete. It's an Italian market. And here's the $8 times 12 months membership. We're ready. Also, can you please send one book for me and I'll buy another 5 for you to give out to people still hurting. God bless you all and thank you for raising the vibrations. By the way, love the guests. High vibrations. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about too. That for me made my day, man. If we can generate a new harmonic, a better frequency, I really believe I am a frequency. Okay, total electric.
100%.
Total electric frequency, and if we can increase the frequency, if we can increase the harmonic around the world, guys, like we win the game. Okay, like we really win the game. I can't even. I went to bed last night going, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like I'm actually coming back to what I wanted to do, which is to really help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And just to see guys like three little hits of money. I mean, it's just it's not the money's not the deal. It's just the flow. See the flow, man. The flow of power and energy. It's like sending me it's like you bringing this book in today. You know?
Yeah.
See the Art of Gathering. He brought the book to me, though. He handed it to me. Hey, Gary, you should go buy this. I can't tell you how many people, you should buy that book. Well, gosh, I'll get around to buying that book after I buy all the other books that I want to read.
So you know what we got to do now?
Great flow, guys.
We got to go to Mazzaro's and record us eating at Mazzaro's. They make their mozzarella fresh every day, so it's not even...
And give Griff the credit for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is, I'm writing that down. That's going to be a mission of mine.
You know what we should do is take these three guys and we are evolving together. I like that, dude. I can't remember who said that, but I like that. Dante939 said, we are evolving together. I love the way that I am mutating.
That's right.
For betterment.
That's right.
anyway, what we should do is also just give these guys a shout out that gave us some money and just, hey, why did y'all do that? You're the first people that did it. By the way, I've been asking my team, and thanks team for getting all that on board so people could do that. By the way, don't send me Bitcoin. Okay, keep your Bitcoin, man. Keep your Bitcoin. Send me fiat. I'll convert it to Bitcoin. You don't worry about that. Don't send me your Bitcoin. Don't send me Doge. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't do that. Okay, I would hold on to your Bitcoin and because I ain't selling. If you send me Bitcoin, I ain't selling it. What else we got to talk about, Sam? Thank you guys very, very much.
How long have we been live?
Probably 45 minutes.
1 hour. So, by the way, we have 876 viewers currently watching us on Twitter. That's pretty cool.
Now,
right?
when I see 68 watching now, is that just because I haven't
68
refreshed?
are watching,
Or
no, 68 are watching on YouTube, but on Twitter we have 800.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right?
That's a little skewed.
Why is it skewed? Tell us.
Yeah.
That's total viewership. And
Oh, like over time. So 5 could be watching now, but we've had 800. Are you sure?
Well, 800 in an hour. Is that the way you do that? There's been 800 people in the past 6 minutes.
Twitter's tricky. A view could be just scrolling past it. So it's
Got it. Got it.
Their analytics aren't very public.
Yo, Greg gave us $10.
Greg, who?
Our Greg.
Greg!
Greg, he misses us.
$10, man. I like it, dog. Hey, do you know what a large thing of French fries at McDonald's that comes in that red package?
Oh,
do you
geez.
know what a large thing of French fries cost today?
$6.99.
Ryan.
At McDonald's,
Yep.
large fry,
More than $6.99?
I didn't say more. I just.
say $4.75.
No, it's $4.25. Oh, dude.
What was it when you were a kid? A nickel?
Hey, now. I bet it wasn't 50 cents, dude.
It probably wasn't.
You can
really.
go look. But hey, look, and they're not even full. And they stopped using the salt, which made those French fries awesome. They used to like burn right through my adrenals because they had so much salt. It's not even a full pack, dude. $4.25. I'll bet you there's not 40 pieces of French fries in there.
You know they
40.
McDonald's.
40 times $4.25, dude. That's 10 cents a freaking French fry.
Oh wow, that is insane.
You start thinking about that.
10 cents a French fry?
Cents a French fry, bro.
Now you sound like
Somebody should count. In fact, I'll give somebody $10 that Greg just gave me. Go to McDonald's, send me the bill, show me the bill, show me the pack, and I want you to count all the French fries, and I'll pay you $10. Okay, that means you make $2. You make a 120% return on your investment if you do that. Send me the McDonald's invoice. Send me a picture of how many French fries are in that little red box. Okay, and then we're gonna exploit McDonald's today. We're gonna try and fuck McDonald's up a little bit.
you sound like Terry Crews off Everybody Hates Chris. Have you ever seen that? They'll be peeling off tape. He's like, "That's 5 cents worth of tape.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
throw that out."
Yeah, man.
He's like, "That's 25 cents worth. That's 25 cents worth of mashed potato or whatever." It's really funny.
Hey, can I switch gears on you? We're talking about greasy things. Can I?
Yeah, yeah. Although, did our live on Twitter end? Are we no longer live on Twitter?
There's a delay.
We're still live on YouTube.
I think the Twitter one ended. Is that because we hit an hour?
Yeah, I think it cuts off automatically.
Really? It doesn't let you go longer than an
Wow, that's
hour.
weird, man.
It showed me a time window when I set it up, but I didn't think it would.
Interesting. No, it's good to know. This is our first time. So it doesn't
Hey,
matter. Yeah, hit me. Switch gears.
So first off, TW, thanks for the question. I am speaking at Bitcoin conference. I don't know what day it is, but love to meet you, man. Make sure that you come up to me or the team and say hello. Robert De Niro.
We just got 2 more super chats, by the way. A guy gave us $2, and then Clay Bentley gave us $2. He
Oh,
says,
guys,
nice
thank
work.
you, man. Clay, thank you, buddy.
And then Josh Bryant gave us $20. And said, thanks, guys.
Nice. Thank you, Clay. Appreciate both of you guys. So Robert De Niro, who I think has been one of the great actors of all time.
Huge letdown, right?
Dude, total letdown. I have a little message for you Hollywood people, okay? Why don't you stick to acting? I think you should stick to acting, and, you know, when your closet is so clean and pristine, you can come out and pontificate. But, Robert, I'll pay you, along with Oprah, $1 million on November the 3rd if you fucking tear your passport up and leave this country. Okay, that means you can't come back. So I'll pay you $1 million, and I'll pay Oprah. You're an embarrassment, dude. Like, I cannot believe you would speak in such a way to the President of the United States. This is what he's saying. Talk about hyperbole. Robert De Niro says, quote, the government will perish from the earth if Trump gets reelected. Let me say this, Mr. De Niro, that would be a great thing. That would be a great thing if everybody that got us here to this moment in time just disappeared from planet Earth. We would be better off, just like McKinsey told General Electric, fire half your people. Flip a coin, Social Security number, odds are even. Whoever it is, odds are even. Poof, all of you odds are fired. See you later. The General Electric would literally run better tomorrow morning if you just rip half the people out on a random odds are even call on a Social Security number or tax ID. These are outrageous, man, that we have celebrities. You know what would happen in Russia if he did that shit?
Oh, he'd be deported.
What would happen? Mr. De Niro, why don't you move to Russia and go bitch about Putin, dude? Like, deported.
It's
Bro,
the upsetting
I think
part.
he'd be beat up in a bar somewhere.
Maybe it's not too upsetting for me because I don't idolize any of these people, but it is sad when you see these American cultural icons just fall from grace in such a sad way, right?
It's embarrassing, man. And
is
when you look at the
embarrassing.
guy, he's got like 5 security people around him.
I know.
What's
He's
that
very
about?
well off,
Like,
well to do.
What's wrong with you, man? So I think anyway. I don't think they're doing themselves any favor because I think people understand what's happening here. Do you agree with that, or you think people just whatever Robert De Niro says, I believe, or Oprah or Tom Hanks?
To be honest, I think no one cares. They're just trying to stay relevant. Why would Robert De Niro ever be in the news?
Yeah.
What movie has he made that's great? Right, recently.
Recently.
Right, recently. There's no reason for him to be in the media whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
if I
ever do that when I get that age, you guys just put me to bed.
Like, look at this. If you look at him speaking,
Don't let me embarrass myself like that.
if you look at him speaking, there's all these microphones like he's some important person. This dude's not important at all.
And he's got security around like he's the president. You notice how they're trying to emulate? If you can pull
They're
that
trying
up.
to make him look important.
Trying to pull that up. It's on a RNC research thing. I don't know if you
Oh, well, I'm on Mario. This.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Look at all these security guys, dude. If you zoom out, you see the guy in the back
Yeah.
with the glasses?
Look.
What's this about? What does he need security for? Open that view up. Expand the
Come on, Twitter. Why are you being a pain in my ass?
Biden campaign holds press.
It was literally just working.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll refresh.
Well, what else do we have to talk about? Price on Bitcoin is lagging today. I'm not worried. It's not low enough for me to go and buy any. Anybody else got anything on the Bitcoin front? I don't think there's any other news out.
We have Gabriel asking your prediction on Bitcoin price in 5 and 10 years.
Gabriel. Huge support from Italy. What part of Italy, Gabriel? I'm actually thinking about taking my kids there. I got 2 weeks. In fact, if you guys could tell me where you would recommend someone take their children in the middle of June, in the middle of August, anywhere in the world for 10 to 14 days. My choices are Sardinia, kind of the Amalfi Coast gig, anywhere in Italy. They hit me up. The problem with Italy in August is just dead. No, everybody leaves. I'm thinking about doing a safari. You know what? I love Switzerland's an awesome place to go to in the summertime, man. It's just so beautiful. It's unbelievable.
This is me being a dork, probably not for your kids, but have you ever thought about doing a trip based off of a person or a historical event?
These are 15 and 17-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. But you can. But education, like one thing I've always wanted to do is see all the different places.
They just got out of school, man.
I know.
They're in summer. They want to play, dude. They want to roll. They want to.
Could still be cool.
No.
Go to the island of Elba.
Think
where
about 15.
Napoleon was.
Think about when you're 15. Think about when you're 15. Okay,
When I
what
was
do you want to
15,
do?
I was doing.
You want to go to the beach, bro. You want to see your buddies. You want to play. You want to see some shit that blows your mind.
What happened to the TV?
Oh, James O'Reilly just popped his $4.99. James, thank you, bro. Wow, I've never had people do this before, dude. This is like my cherry's being busted. I've never had people give me money. I've never asked for it. I don't. You know, it's a little weird to me. You know what my immediate?
Some guys from Sardinia says Porto Servo is perfect, which I guess that's Porto Servo because the V is always a W, right?
Yeah, don't know, but I've been down to the Amalfi Coast a couple of times. It's stunning, dude. It's to me, it's the most magical place in the world. Hey, this is a new. Is this a new image for Gary? The Halo thing?
No, that's my computer background.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You're a Halo man?
Yeah.
I haven't played Halo in years. I found the game.
Did you play?
Oh, I used to play a lot.
Are you serious?
Oh, me and Grant used to play hours at a time.
Are you serious?
He's in L.A. and I'm in London. We're playing like
No shit. You're a
10,000
Halo guy?
10,000 a game, dude. He would go set up a game. You remember how you could do your own architecture?
Yeah.
We would set up these games. We wouldn't let anybody else in. It was just he and I. They'd be mega rooms.
How did I just now
Snipe,
learn you're a
dude.
Halo? Holy
Big
cow.
50 cal sniper
Yeah.
weapons and we would literally play for 10 G's a game.
Holy cow.
At the end of the month.
You have to clip this.
This is like 20 some odd years ago, dude. Now I just went and bought an Xbox about 3 months ago for my kids. I find it to be horrible now.
Of course, yes, it is.
It's
And they've
like-
ruined the series, by the way.
Dude,
They've ruined Halo.
every game.
But, man, do you know the guy who wrote the Halo soundtrack is running for Congress?
Mm-mm.
Marty O'Donnell is running for Congress out in, I think, Arizona as a Republican. How crazy is that?
So you don't like the games today? They're slower. They're
No,
not
so
as violent and fun.
there's no story. They killed a story. Because even the video games, it's propaganda now.
Yeah.
So Halo 1, great. Halo 2, great. Halo 3, kind of the apex.
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty, they were all good, but then what happened is exactly actually what happened with Hollywood. You had a cultural shift of a certain type of people who came in and said, it's not about the fun. It's not about entertaining the user. We need to give them a message, even though the user's going to hate it. And a lot of it's become corporatized. Microsoft's taken, like, even the video game industry is being monopolized. You literally, just like how you had a golden age of movies, you had a small golden age of really good quality games, and that's all been killed now. Can't have anything nice these days.
We got GTA 6 coming out early next year.
Which is Tampa, it's based on Florida, so Tampa will be there, Orlando will be in the map and stuff. But even GTA.
Well, guys, why don't we end on that? End on
Yeah.
grown men wanting to play video games.
We could do a Halo stream.
Yeah. Really appreciate you guys being here. You guys that gave us money without even asking, that's really lovely. And if you keep doing that, I mean, I'd actually like to know, hey, would you guys rather me take paid sponsorship, or would you rather see the audience just support the whole program? I would love to know what people would prefer. You're either the product or you're the supply, right?
That's right.
So, and anything that you have as far as criticism about how we can improve this, what you want to hear, that would be awesome. We're planning on doing a few things. We're going to Austin this week to meet a bunch of people. We're planning on doing some stuff with the U.S. military that we're working on right now, the veterans, Navy SEALs, some guys in Virginia and Connecticut that I've just recently met that are very, very well connected to the military and government. I have a real passion for like helping people that serve this country. When they come back into the system and they don't have a job, I find that to be bizarre, dude. That's wrong, okay? Like, you should have a guaranteed job as long as you show up to work every day. Like, I'll give you a job, okay? I think you have the absolute necessary skills to go into a business. If you know how to do military work, grunt work, capture a location, hold a location, manage inventory, logistics, communications, right? I mean, these are all things that are necessary to run a business. Organizing, like one of the things that drives me crazy in businesses is that we never hire the guy to handle all the assets.
Yeah.
You know, like all this stuff, man. Like we don't, then you end up losing it and wasting it. Everything should be highly organized. You know, if you go in the military, where are the weapons? Where are the Pelican cases? Where are the nukes? Where are the bombs, right? Everything's just like, I love that. I mean, I think that's the way it is. That's the way it should be. So anyway, I'm really excited about doing that work with the military, and then some of the political stuff that we're doing, meeting some really, really interesting people who just do not come. That guy yesterday, like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Like these people are, you know, I didn't know so many people did so well, doing very, very different things, not just all business like I've done it. Like he's going to be quite the character. How many books has he written?
3.
He's written 3 books, from Australia, has a U.S. passport now, brought his family here. He may be one of the most patriotic Americans I have met.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
In a long time, bro. And he wasn't even born here, which says a lot, right? Because he knows what Australia's like. It's lock-up city over there.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right, man. You guys have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, whenever we're available.
A real question is, so you don't have anything until